goddesses. In times, girl, rewind. Okay. In times ancient, deities were worshipped, enshrined in architectural feats, and I'm not just talking about Greece, they were intrinsic to the threads of cultures, manifested in their poetry. They'd sing songs about them in the streets, ask them for good omens before they hit the sheets, pray that they saw their good deeds. There was a sense of peace in their sanctity. Their womanhood had no effect on their popularity, but this isn't a lecture on history. It's a juxtaposition about reality, so let me break it down quickly. The worst type of calamity is the brutality of a patriarchal mentality. Don't need no bullshit about legal impartiality when the legislature, executive, and judiciary are presided upon by milky men on their deathbeds. Like, how do waxen figures make decisions on bodily autonomy when they're about to lose theirs? There's just something about opinions from the colorless, the cultureless, and for the most part, the struggleless. Man, I probably took it too far, but shit. While they sit back and hide skeletons in closets, they strike gavel on board waiting for offshore deposits, because the only thing powerful men care about is their profits, and I don't mean the godly ones, because pockets are primed in this political playing field, where policy is more prejudiced than purposeful, but our bodies are not stomping grounds. They don't belong to any crown or kingdom, for an attack on women anywhere is an attack on all women and their freedoms. It pains me to say that Roe versus Wade has created waves and paved the way for more idiots. We have proud boys and pro-lifers being devil's advocate and spitting wildfire in this country. We still have a lot of work to do here. Women still live in fear in our states and territories, because abortion may be decriminalized, but it's a crime when you can't access it because you're marginalized. It's not fair. It's not equitable. There are always costs and there is always stigma. I mean, access to a universal right in Australia, it's an enigma. Between state lines, there are different regulations. Fuck, a doctor might bring their conscientious objections and your needs actually get rejected. It's just funny that we're surprised about the many people brainwashed by stripes and stars that we don't see the shit in our own yards. Man, we even bulldozed Indigenous birthing trees like it's nothing. And you know, somewhere in South Australia, there's a pick-me politician talking about pro-life reform. Somewhere in Perth, there was a counter-protest shouting about the left-wing swarm. Somewhere in Sydney, Proud Boys get separated from women protesting because they were simply violent in a storm. Our bodies are not stomping grounds for no kingdom or crown, and unfortunately, the waves have paved the way for idiots.